to open up a studio space. And then this office one, there was another office here, another office there, so we took those out. So this kind of square area is now the studio space.
Much bigger than we did.
Yeah, well, actually, what I have fits in there, and it's going to be in there. You can see that's the back of the thing that kind of looks similar.
That's
so
amazing.
we're moving everything that we were into that. And I will continue to do a few shows from there. The Leo shows, we have a radio show, secured now.
Take another show of your
That looks like it might be a little bit larger than your current studio.
It is slightly larger, actually, yeah.
That's insane.
So that's how much more space we have. So my old desk will come here, and I'll be sitting here. This will be a TWIT logo, a Vox TWIT logo here. A lot of the tchotchkes that are behind me now will continue back here. And then cameras and lights and everything. So this will be a kind of a self-enclosed studio. We're just going to take everything that we use, the lighting. Well, I hope it doesn't sound like that one.
Oh, no, don't worry. They're not done. We're going to be fixing everything.
So we're going to have big lights, soft-box lights here that'll be very brightly lit. The lighting is one of the major improvements we're making. We're going high def, placing all the cameras with high def cameras, and doing a much better job of lighting. Which the lighting was pretty ad hoc before. So it will, good lighting and better cameras means it'll look a lot better. But at the same time is kind of the idea. I didn't want it to be too disconcerting to the audience that suddenly it looks so different.
So is the deal so that you can shoot two things at the same time?
We could, I don't think we will, but part of the idea was that this room is self-contained, so if we need to do maintenance or something and the stuff goes down, we can switch this room live, just as our room switched live. But also now I'll be able to sit here and say, Tom Merritt's in the newsroom, which is over there, and we can just flip this, we can go, okay, take Tom. So this room is just one input of 40 inputs. We're getting 30 cameras total. And so this is just one in here of those 40. So I can be sitting here and other things can be going on. People have asked if we want to do multiple streams. I'm not ruling that out. We may want to do multiple streams. But right now I think a single stream is fine.
We don't rule anything out.
We don't rule anything out. The economics of cable television are really different. So in cable television, if you could get more channels, you did. That's why there's 5 Discovery channels or whatever, because the economics of it were you could. In the internet, there's an infinite amount, an infinite supply. So I don't feel any urgency to have multiple channels. You may not know. I don't know. That's unknown. So this will be my office. Lisa's office is right here. This will be the newsroom. So our TNT show comes out of here, but I wanted to have a newsroom. It's actually staffed with 4 people, and the idea being we want to cover breaking news, so we can always go to the newsroom at any time. So it is a show, but it also needs to be a newsroom.
That's her control table. Well, it's going to go back.
So the control room is right here.
No, they're filling the hole there, and they're coming.
They are coming in?
They're coming back here. It's okay. It's going to be where the wheel goes, because they wanted it back behind this post a little
Right.
bit. So they're going to drill the hole
Oh,
here.
okay.
That control table, it will be on those wheels there, and it can move so it can shift to any one of our sets at any time. And we might even have a little mini set here, who knows. They wanted it back so that we didn't have to go that home.
Yeah, I agree.
And for also shooting
I agree.
at all the angles. So
Yeah, that's where we put it, and then I was told the reason they moved it is because they actually can't get to our gear down there.
No, the guy screwed up making the hole. They can move it.
Okay, good.
Yeah, it'll be fixed.
So we kind of model this on the way they shoot soap operas, where they'll have all of the cameras in the middle, and then they'll have sets going all the way around. All I have to do is turn the cameras to the new set. But one thing we're doing differently, usually a control room is off in a room somewhere else. We wanted to have the control room here because our switchers, I've been doing my own switching, but increasingly producers, the people who are responsible for the show, are going to do the switching. So TNT, Jason Howells, produces the show. And we're going to have a microphone and cameras here too, so that this person is part of this, as much part of the show. And so they're going to be on head desk there, and it's rotating. It's kind of cool. And actually, you know what? This looks better.
You gotta remember what the floors look like.
It's not as green as it is. It's not.
Yeah,
tobacco.
it's green. It's got a little more gray to it.
So this is where our roundtable shows will be. There'll be a roundtable right there. TWIT will be the big show. Big TWIT logo back there. We're doing some interesting things. This is a poor man's, what we call it, jib.
No, but it's kind of cool.
The camera will be sitting on here. One of the ways we save money is we don't have camera operators. We have 30 fixed cameras, as we do in the other studio, and I just switch between them, simulating camera operators. But we want here a little bit of more motion, because a fixed camera never moves. So we're going to have an intern here and an intern there. There'll be a camera on here, and a few times a show they'll play catch. And when there's a camera on it, but it'll rotate around like that.
Yeah.
So we'll have some movement that way. This is going to have some interesting camera angles so that you can see each person individually.
And you also have the ability to flip it out and see what's going on around you.
Yeah. There's going to be a problem with this because the cameras are going to be right here. We haven't figured out quite how we're going to handle that, but it may be low.
It'll mostly be out of the way and out of the camera sight, line of sight.
It'll have to go around like really low like that.
Well, this is not the jib you're getting. This is just a test. Yes.
Because the cameras are going to be on poles coming from the ceiling like right here. So it'll have to go below.
Well, you know, it's a test jib, so let's get everything in play and we'll figure out what we can do with that afterwards.
So you're getting all new cameras, all new lights for this?
Yes.
For everything?
Well, we're getting some mix of used and new lights depending on what made sense.
We hardly have any old lights, so it's not, I mean, we have to get a lot more fixtures. There's more lights on this ring alone than there are on my studio, so
right.
there's a lot.
Did you bring a key?
This is going to be a living room. So initially we thought we'd shoot into this corner, and then we thought, wait a minute, why are we shooting into this corner? That's ugly. We'll put the cameras there, and the living room set here, so you're shooting this way, right? Well, it's obvious once you see it. This is the kind of thing you do in television, is you shoot into a corner because you can control it. And so you put all the cameras out here and everything out here, and you're shooting into the corner, and it's boring. So we're
doing the opposite, right?
Yeah, we want to use this whole set, and we want it to look, and there will be people, office desks will be down here. People will be working everywhere. I'll always be in my office. There'll be people there. This is not just a news set, it's where they work. So there'll always be people all around. And
we actually have a SketchUp of the sets, how we're laying them out too. I can share that with you. One desk needs to get turned in the corridor here, but for the most part, we have one idea for TNT, but we have an idea for here and living room furniture out here as well as the tables.
So another cool thing that we're doing is there's this big basement below us, so all of our equipment is in the basement. We're just putting holes in the floor and then putting these connectors, as you can see, all the way down. So we can pull video up, we can pull audio up, so everything's downstairs and only the control surfaces are up here. So that's saving us a lot in terms of crowding and so forth, and noise and cooling. So this is really, in some ways, a real state-of-the-art studio. I'll give you an example. This light's here. There's a really good lighting guy. And only in the last 6 months have LEDs become widely used for studio lighting. So we're actually doing this at just the right time for lighting. So something like that, you can only recently do. These are colored LEDs. And so, yeah, we're going to, I want to go down.
We're going to have one more in the middle where it's spilled down.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, well, everything in this space is going to be on camera.
Right. But no, that's actually 2 editors' workstations.
Editors
there.
there.
We're gonna have 5 desks down
Producers, staff
sideways.
here. I didn't want this to be a studio. I wanted it to be a workspace that is set up so that we can shoot it at any time from any angle. So I want it to be just a cool looking workplace. For instance, these are lighting rigs, but they're also a kind of stylized element. So in fact, they're not done yet. They'll be painted red, and they have these bases here. They're going to look kind of like bridge, like it's a Golden Gate Bridge kind of.
So you said you have 18 people and stuff right now over there, and it's pretty crowded. For how many people is this planned? Like how many
About
people?
25, comfortably 25 to 30, depending on who we staff in the back areas.
We right now are subletting about a third of this, so there's a lot more room for growth.
As we
I mean, we could probably get 100 people in here. I don't know, but I wouldn't want it, but we could. We're being very wasteful. We're being very wasteful here because there's a lot of open space here. We could put more people in here.
Well, but not if we plan to do a 2-person set here, and we're going to have that back corner taken.
Well, what we're doing is we're
going to have
we're dedicating a lot of space to sets that we don't necessarily. There's only a few offices. There's 4 offices total. Almost everybody's out here on the set. The editors are here. More editors are in here. We have actually the most space for editors. I think we're how many editors? 9?
1, 2, 4. Yeah, we can do 9 to 10 editors, but those will also be for other spots, interns. That's another kind of conditioning with that.
This is the kitchen.
And this is the kitchen, I hate to say it, we have to, some desks go in here, some desks go back here.
It's a huge kitchen, we don't need.
We have the ability to put people wherever.
But as in typical as in Silicon Valley, you have to have a good kitchen. So social events are important.
Well, that was already there, I think we just chose not
We
to.
just took it. We took
do
it.
it with it.